My name is Tim Pantages. I'm part-time faculty here at Clackamas Community College. I've been here for about 17 years. I'm one of the part-time faculty here that's basically full-time part-time. So I routinely teach about 5 classes per term, which means I'm around here all the time. At Clackamas Community College, the part-time faculty have a separate union from the full-time faculty, and so we negotiate our contracts separately from full-time faculty. That's a little bit different than some other institutions where full-time and part-time are together in one union. So basically we bargain the issues that are more specific to part-time faculty. So that may not be the same kind of issue for full-time faculty. So a lot of the full-time faculty contract applies to us, and the full-time negotiate that, and that rolls over to us, and then basically our bargaining process involves issues that are more specific to part-time faculty. Well, they receive benefits, period, and basically part-time don't. So they get health benefits, they get retirement benefits that are based on their income. Any part-time instructor has known from the very beginning that there are inequities in the system in terms of how part-time faculty get paid as opposed to full-time faculty. Well, the biggest issue, of course, is money. So in order for a full-time faculty position to become full-time, they have to have the money to be able to support that position. So it really depends on what the money situation is at the college. Then it depends on that particular department. Are they generating the need? Do they have enough students or more students coming in to take classes than has been the case, and do they need to add more faculty to support that? That's the biggest issue about how we get full-time teaching positions here. The college in general, at Clackamas has a very good reputation of hiring their own part-time faculty in full-time positions. The part-time faculty here will usually go through an interview process with outside people as well, so they're competing against whoever wants to apply. But the college really tends to use the instructors that have been here part-time.
I am part-time Faculty Association president here at Clackamas. Statewide, I'm president of the Oregon Education Association Community College UniServe Council. Recently, we had our quarterly meeting, and the UniServe Council voted almost unanimously to support the formation of a part-time faculty caucus. We're calling it the Adjunct Advocacy Caucus within OEA. It's a special interest group designed to help us move forward the information about how inequitable wages, benefits, and working conditions are for part-time faculty. We work for between 40 and 70% of what full-timers get. We do the same work. We have to have the same credentials coming in, and we're held to the same standards for 40 to 70% of full-time pay, with no benefits and no job security. By job security, I mean knowing for sure what I'm going to teach next term. I won't know for sure until I sign the contracts, which will be either the last week of winter term or the first week of spring term. That's both a philosophical question and a practical question. The philosophy of a strike says that we can stop work as a way of showing that we will not work under the conditions that prevail. As a philosophical question, would I consider thinking about striking? I might. In a practical sense, because we have the S' President's Council, because we have the collaborative shared governance, and because there are so many of us working such varied schedules, it would be impractical to try to put something together. and it would absolutely be a last resort. I'd hope I'd never have to be so frustrated that that would be all that would be left.
My name's Sarah Siebold, and I'm part-time at Clackamas. I'm married, so I have insurance through my husband. However, if I weren't married, I would really be in a bind. I probably wouldn't be able to teach part-time and adjunct. I'm part-time at Clackamas, and I'm an adjunct faculty at Clark College. So I'm kind of going in between two schools. I do think that part-time should receive some benefits, not maybe to the extent that full-time receive them, but definitely need to work something out, I think, in that way. There is a limit. Generally, I've been given about 2 classes per term. I'd love to have more. I'd love to have more. And that's why I'm, at 2 different places. So, and then of course, if there's low enrollment in our classes, sometimes they can be cut at the last minute, and that's income that we're expecting and planning on. That's just at the last minute, you don't get it. So those are kind of some anxiety factors that part-time faculty might feel each term. One thing at Clackamas, it's nice, we are paid to hold office hours, where some other places where adjunct and part-time faculty work, we don't have office space at those other schools. We're not paid for office hours, so that's one benefit.
I'm Trista Cornelius. I'm chair of the English department. I taught part-time for 3 years at other places, and then started here full-time. So I don't know, I can't compare part-time here to full-time here, but part-time other places, no benefits, meager pay, no job security, or little job security. So maybe it can't be quite the same as full-time, but it should be more match the actual effort these part-time folks put into teaching. They're not paid enough, and they're not given any benefits. But in the English department, part-time faculty have to have the same level of degree as full-time faculty. They teach the same quality, the same level, or they don't stay. So they're excellent teachers. And the only difference is they don't have other obligations like committee work and research for college and things like that. But when I was part-time a few years ago, there's a lot of stuff in the Oregonian about part-time faculty, and it was implied that they're not as good of teachers because they're driving from place to place. And it's true they're under a lot of stress and they're going from place to place, but they're absolutely good teachers. So I don't hear that here, so I hope that's not, a belief, but yeah, they work hard. I try first to meet their scheduling preferences, so what works best for them time-wise, and then preferences of kind of favorite classes. Like if someone says, I love teaching writing 122, I'll try to give them that class. So timing, scheduling classes, things like that. Then anytime there's an opportunity, which I hope there are more, but I'll try to pass those on. So if there's a chance to teach online and somebody wants to learn how to do that, or if there's a chance to teach a literature class or creative writing class, I try to pass those on to people who seem interested. As we understand the part-time contract, it's frustrating to me. So as I understand it, if a part-time faculty member calls in sick and their class is canceled, they can do that twice without their pay being affected. So they can miss 2 days without hurting their pay. If, for example, a part-time instructor wants to go to a conference, plans ahead to miss a class, and finds someone to cover it for them, they're deducted a day of pay. So in my opinion, if they do the right thing and they find coverage and somebody willing to teach their class and students don't miss anything, they're going to lose a day's worth of pay. So I don't know why it's like that, and I'm not sure if that's something they're negotiating, but it seems sort of unfair that if they're trying to do it right and be student-centered, they lose money. And some people choose to lose money just to have that class covered.